18 million degrees. So by putting themselves in harm's way like this, and the recent news articles we've been hearing are referring mostly to a pass it made later, but it made one as late as November. This thing is going right through those areas. It's very fast. It's going 450,000 miles an hour, but it still takes hours to do this big circumnavigation of the sun through these really hot regions, trying to figure out what makes it work, what makes it tick, what's going on down inside that causes weird temperature variations, solar storms, and so forth.
And how does it survive?
Well, that's a really good
10
question.
million degrees. I mean, that's hot.
Well, as it turns out, so they've got this big, thick, they call it reinforced carbon fiber. It's basically carbon foam shield on one side that it enables the thing to operate at a balmy 85 degrees, even though it's thousands of degrees on the other side. But part of what makes it work is the carbon is really wispy. So it's the difference between heat and temperature. Temperature is heat of particles, and heat is the energy the thing actually soaks up. So because it's so thin, as long as you keep moving, and it's as wispy as it is, you can actually get through there without being cooked. But you know, when you just think about it, it makes your brain hurt with those kind of temperatures. It's amazing it survives. If it wasn't cooled by that shield, the really robust air conditioner, basically, a cooling system, it would last about 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. It's hard to wrap your head around it.
Robert.
I analyzed it, I guess, to a very hot day where you're running on concrete that is 150 degrees or 180 degrees.
Right.
And if you run and lift your feet up fast enough, your feet are only there for just a second or two, or not even a fraction of a second, and you can actually survive that, where you certainly can't just standing on the concrete. So, you know, I have a question about just science in general. I mean, it's kind of neat that even in this day and age of trying to limit expenditure and COVID, and I think it may have changed the philosophy at NASA, they're sending up these spacecraft that are in the hundreds of millions, even in the billions of dollars occasionally, just for scientific purposes. Just so maybe it'll help us understand the origin of. Is that going to go just away? And I mean, how do you get the political wherewithal to give NASA billions of dollars for things like this?
It's really interesting, and of course, as you know better than most people, these priorities shift all the time whenever we get a new presidential administration or a new Congress. But the Trump administration, while they did cut some science programs, funding for space was pretty robust, especially on the human space flight side, going back to the moon and so forth. When Biden came into office, he didn't tamper with it much. He did prioritize Earth science more than it was being, because he wanted to get a handle on climate change. But overall, they've kept the funding pretty solid. And you're right, there is some science for science sake, but almost everything we're doing has direct impacts on us. So when we look at Earth, of course, we're studying climate change, we're trying to figure out patterns, trying to figure out what to do to keep it from getting worse. And when you're exploring the sun, part of this is to try and better understand what causes these big solar storms that can really wreak havoc with so much technology on Earth. Everything
that's
from
legitimate.
Satellites to our power grid.
Yeah, that's legitimate. Sure, and you never know when you're going to have a summer day where it's 10 million degrees. So that works. Real quickly, there is Rod's book, Space 2.0, is half price on Kindle through the 1st of January, and you said it was $5?
Yes, sir.
That is dirt cheap. Boy, you talk about a stocking stuffer. Keep your stockings up for a few days and order the book. Rod, we'll talk again. Thanks. And don't forget the website, pilebooks.com, and the podcast, Cool Space News. And you didn't even have to beg for that one.
I know.
That was on
You have
me.
a great tomorrow.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy your holidays. Take care.
Take care.
Coming up, it's Handle on the News Late Edition right here at Kfi Am 640. Let's check in with Layla Muhammad.
The LAPD says it has accidentally shot and killed a 14-year-old girl inside the Burlington store in North Hollywood. Assistant Chief Dominic Choi says officers were sent to the store yesterday after 911 callers reported a man beating a woman with a weapon.
We did locate a steel or metal cable lock, a very heavy lock, near the suspect, which we preliminarily believe was involved.
Choi says when officers opened fire on the man, one of the bullets went through a wall behind him. On the other side of that wall was a dressing room. The girl was inside and was hit. She died at the scene. The injured woman was taken to a hospital. Choi says they're still trying to figure out the motive for the attack. The rain has prompted the LA County Health Department to put out an ocean water use warning for all beaches in the county. It will be in effect until 11 o'clock Sunday morning. News brought to you by Rooter Hero. The fourth woman to accuse Sex and the City star Chris Noth of sexual assault is urging lawmakers in New York to act.
The woman says she pushed Noth off of her after he forcibly groped and kissed her at her apartment in New York in 2002. She says he called her and made this threat.
He warned me that if I ever told a soul about what happened the night before, that he would ruin my career, that I would never sing again, and that he would blacklist me in the business.
She says this warning kept her from coming out about what happened. She's now calling on a bill to pass in New York that would allow sexual assault victims to sue after the statute of limitations expires. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
A lawyer representing Nirvana is filing to dismiss the lawsuit over the cover of the band's 1991 album, Nevermind. Billboard reports Nirvana's attorney filed a motion to dismiss the suit because its statute of limitations has long since expired. Now, the naked baby on the front of the album, Spencer Eldon, sued, claiming he suffered lifelong damages from the image and alleged it was child pornography. However, the attorney says Eldon has spent 3 decades profiting from his celebrity as the Nirvana baby. Let's get to the 101 in downtown L.A.
You betcha. Boy, just something to warn you about. Now, again, most of our freeways, L.A., Orange County, Inland, are all looking good. The storm, by the way, is going towards San Bernardino right now, but most of the Los Angeles staging kind of clear. But South 101 now, past the 4 level, going to the East 10. That's where the crash is. It's a tricky transition. A lot of activity there, so be careful. Northbound around Alameda, Union Station, another crash there. So that whole section, south of the 4 level, kind of slow. And going over 1, north and south 5, right on the 110, more serious problem, south 5 to the south 110. That's where you've got a spin out on the northbound side. Once you get past the Glendale Freeway, you'll be in pretty good shape up to Burbank. Please do be careful. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Slaw.
The Tennessee Titans came back from a 10-0 deficit to stun the 49ers. Final score 20-17. Now some good news for Dodgers fans. Cody Bellinger has agreed to stay with L.A. for another year in a deal worth a reported $17 million, and a deal put together before the owner lockout was imposed back on December 2nd. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Contractor license 1047-781. Sometimes when I'm hanging out with my ghetto technicians, they tell me something I never expected. Really? Like what? Most of our guys used to work for small companies before they came to work for us. I can't believe you didn't know that already. Oh, I knew that. What I didn't know is that most of them were afraid of coming to work for a big company like Gettle. They were afraid of becoming invisible, you know, like a cog in a machine. I was afraid too. So why did you come, Zach? I came to Gettle for the same reason as all them other guys. I'm on pins and needles. I came because you don't take shortcuts. Good technicians always want to work for someone who believes in doing things the right way, not the easy way. I appreciate you saying that, Zach. And we appreciate you giving us the time to do the job right, even after we've already quoted a price, and all them extra hours coming out of your pocket. If I didn't do things the right way, my dad would slap me on the back of my head, and he would bitch. And you ain't never made none of us feel invisible either. Goetl. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Southland weather from KFI. It is raining out there and it's cold for your Christmas Eve. Highs will be in the mid-50s to near 60. We lead locals live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Layla Mohammed.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2021.
If you want to sell your car fast, Roto. If you want it to be hassle-free, Roto. If you want to make more money on your trade, yep, Roto. That's R-O-D-O. Roto is the best place to buy a new car, and it's also the best place to sell your used car or vehicle lease for quick payment. That's right. Cash offers for used cars have never been higher, so act now. Download the Roto app or go to roto.com. That's R-O-D-O, the fastest way to sell your car.
Prime members Safe for your holiday celebration at Whole Foods Market. Get animal welfare certified bone-in beef rib roast or steak for $13.99 a pound through December 25th, while supplies last. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Living with someone who tested positive for COVID-19 in the past 5 days, those 18 and over who are not vaccinated may be able to take part in a clinical trial for a possible medication to prevent COVID-19. Participants will receive study-related care at no cost. To learn more, call 844-461-1936. Sponsored by Merck.
Hey, LA remodeling pros, target the jobs you want most with the House Pro advertising and lead gen programs. That's HOUZZ Pro. More than 65 million homeowners are using House to ensure their renovation project turns out right. So put your business in front of them today. Choose the budgets, services, and zip codes you want most, and let House Pro connect you. So go to House Pro. That's HOUZZ Pro. To start growing your business the smarter way today.
Protect and purify the air you breathe with IQ Air.
Visit IQAir.com/US. IQAir.com/US. Portions of the following program will be recorded. Handle on the news. Late edition. Handle on the news. And now, here's Bill Handel.
And good morning on a Friday, December 24th, the night before Christmas, or actually in this case, the day before Christmas. And so I hope you have a happy holiday. And I hope you believe that when I say that. And good morning. All right, time for Handle on the News Late Edition. And this is a super segment, which means there will be no commercials between now and the top of the hour. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Handle on the News Late Edition with Layla in for Jennifer today, Wayne in for Wayne, and me. Late story. Well, the United States is going to be lifting the travel ban on 8 southern African countries. Heretofore, if you came from Botswana, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, well, you'll never get that one on Jeopardy, Mozambique, and Malawi, couldn't come in. Now you can come in.
Starting on the 1st.
Yes. So
actually on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so hang on. You want to come in there because we have a huge tourist invasion from, for example, yeah, in Lesotho. I mean, you know how many Lesothos, Lesothoians?
You seem really proud of yourself for that one.
Yes, I am, Layla.
You were tickled.
Yes.
But this is all because, obviously, they're saying, okay, it looks like our vaccines will be okay in protecting us from the Omicron variant. So now people can come back in. Correct.
Yep.
Let's go on to the new quarantine guidelines for healthcare workers. This is only for healthcare workers, by the way. So the CDC came out with new recommendations yesterday saying, we're going to cut the length of time that healthcare workers have to isolate after they test positive for COVID. So they're reducing that from 10 days to 7 days. Because another fear is we won't have enough staff members at the hospital.
I mean, they're just running
with
out.
infections. Yeah.
Yeah, so they are lowering the bar in terms of the safety issues, the isolation, testing. I think they still do testing.
Yes, and you have to test negative to get out in 7 days.
And this applies only to healthcare workers. That's really important.
Because that's where there's massive
shortage. Oh, it's crazy.
Staffing. Well, look, you have to balance, unfortunately.
Yeah, you do.
You have to balance the pure, let's say, medical, what you would do to be the absolute safest possible medically, with how can you still have a world that runs.
Right, and how do you deal with people who are very, very sick of COVID? So, I mean, they're dropping restrictions on nurses, particularly all healthcare workers in the hospitals all over the country. It's going to reach a point where they're even going to allow nurses on ventilators to come in and work.
I don't know if we're there yet. Well, we might be. Oh, this police chief he got double punishment. He's on unpaid leave for 2 weeks, 6 months of probation, because he told his officers about a special clinic, can you hear my finger quotes, that would give them a COVID-19 vaccination card without giving them a COVID-19 vaccination. And somebody didn't like it and reported that he was saying this, and they brought in an outside investigative agency, and after it was done, they said, you are in kind of trouble.
What do you mean,
You're
kind
not
of
fired.
trouble?
Well, he's not fired.
I
He's not
understand.
being criminally charged.
No, I
2 weeks no pay leave, then on probation for 6 months, you do something else bad, I guess maybe we'll double secret probation.
Number one, how does he keep his job?
Well, at this point, he's keeping his job. T.J. Smith is the police
I don't
chief
get
of
it.
Oakboro Town, North Carolina. Here's what they told him in a letter. He violated policies including fraud, willful acts that endanger the property of others, and serving a conflicting interest when he told the officers about this
And
scam.
it's 2 weeks of no pay.
2 weeks of unpaid leave. It seems slightly low.
You think
for the
so?
Punishment,
You think
particularly
so?
for a law enforcement officer.
Yeah, you would think. Asking
happened.
officers to, or telling them how to commit fraud.
Although I'm going to look up how many officers they have at Oakboro Town, North Carolina,
Yeah.
because it could be him and another guy.
I'm from North Carolina. I don't even know what Oakboro Town is.
I've never heard
Can
of
you
it.
Google it while we do the next story?
Sure, I'll do
Sure,
it.
we'll do it.
Wonderful.
Siri,
L.A. Oh, go ahead.
how many people live in Oakboro Town, North Carolina? Oh, it didn't work. Okay. I delayed too much.
Don't worry about it, I got it.
Yeah, I just been with everybody. Okay.
Population's 1,859 as of 2010.
Three cops?
2004 as of 2019.
Three cops?
Probably.
Maybe one.
Yeah.
He's also
They fired the whole force.
Yeah.
And he's the chef at the favorite restaurant.
Yeah, and we look that one up too, okay? Or Layla, you can look that up real quick.
Oh, don't do this next story?
Yeah. Oh, the next story is yours?
Yeah, I can't do both.
So there you go. I can tell you right now.
Thank you.
They have the following full-time officers: the chief, a captain, three sergeants, 2 patrolmen, and a corporal.
That's a lot of folks.
So that's 8 full-time for 1,800, 8 full-time, 5 part-time.
Wow, for a town of 1,800? I mean, that's the equivalent of L.A. having 80,000 police officers.
Because how many of the 1,800 are children? Like, 1,000?
School monitors, I know.
Oh, you need cops for kids. You know these kids.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, well, speaking of cops, LA needs more. That's according to City Councilman Joe Buscaino, who is running to replace Mayor Garcetti in next year's election. He says he wants to bring the force up to 11,000 officers by 2027 because of an increase in homicides and other crimes, and he wants to tap into the existing city budget to make that happen.
Yeah, well, and we need cops desperately. And the full force is about, what, 10,000? And we're at 9,700.
We're only budgeted 9,700 right now.
9,000, yeah, 9,700. But this L.A. was a defund the police city. If you remember, the city council not so much cut the budget, but cut the increase that was supposed to happen next year. Those days are gone. Just to let you know, all this defund the police language is completely finished.
L.A. also, for a long time, operates with lower police officer per capita than most other major cities.
Oh, yeah. Houston has more cops. New York has, what, 20,000 police officers?
Yeah, but per capita.
Yeah, I understand that.
On the low. So, I mean, I don't know that he's wrong. Here's the problem. He hasn't said where from the budget he will take the money. What he's talking about doing is taking away from some other part or parts of the city budget. He hasn't said where yet. In fact, I think what one of his spokespeople said is, well, we'll figure it out as we go along. We'll chip away here and there. So, all right. Oh, my gosh. A woman shoplifting at a Rite Aid in Venice, California. That in and of itself probably wouldn't even bother a headline, except she was also carrying around a pickaxe the whole time and being quite threatening to people. She got all the stuff in her basket, dragged it across the floor, made a little stop at the front counter on her way out and said, I'm not effing around. I'll come back. And then she said something weird. She was throwing some deodorant spray or something into the basket, and she said, I don't want to smell, I'm going to change the words a little bit. I don't want to smell like crap when I'm knocking these losers out. Although her words were much harsher than that. So she's definitely, there's something going on mentally. But you know what I say? I want her to get help. But the moment when she's in the Rite Aid with the pickaxe saying this stuff, I just want cops to all tackle her and get cuffs on her. Which won't happen around here.
Costly catalytic converter sets and replacements. California's insurance industry experts say that replacing these catalytic converters it increased about 90% from 2019 to 20. Now, if you get something like a Prius, which has become very popular for thieves to take the catalytic converter, then that's going to cost between $1,500 and $4,000. If you have a van, like a large van, you could pay over $6,000 to replace the catalytic converter.
Yeah, and I love, here's what you can do to protect your vehicle.
Park at a secured or well-lit area.
And don't park near another vehicle in a parking lot. Particularly around Christmas time. You want to make sure you're not parking right next to another vehicle. Now, one of them makes sense, or a couple of them. The anti-theft device is bolted to the catalytic converter, and then inscribe your VIN number on the catalytic converter, because without them being able to identify that catalytic converter that's been stolen from you,
right,
there's really almost no way to prosecute.
Correct, although that really is not prevention. That's more if they take your catalytic converter, maybe you'll get it back.
Right. Prevention is bolting.
The only thing that's actually prevention would be putting the anti-theft plate over it. Or standing by your car at all times with a shotgun.
Yeah.
A man was struck and killed by a train in Burbank. Police investigated and concluded that he ran on purpose in front of the train.
Yeah, that is so rude to everybody else. I was once on a train on my way to San Diego, and a guy stepped in front of the train. And it was howling.
Transportation duties. Transportation.
This is very grim on the eve of the birth of the Savior, so.
Well, that would be cool.
Transportation. Transport.
Because it was still, even though it's pretty clear the guy ran in front of her, they still look at the conductor like, well, you drunk. No, you were fine. You didn't do anything wrong. There's no way to defend against that. No.
Transportation system.
Is right there, and there's a honey stop the train, and somebody jumps in 10 seconds.
Transportation. Transportation.
It's sympathy to this guy who must have been,
Deep.
a little despondent. Sympathy to this
The good guy
did nothing wrong. The tool was not preventable in any way.
So if you drive the F-150, listen up. There's one call to tell you about. Ford Motor Company recalling nearly 185,000 F-150s. This is from the model years of 2021 and 22, all involving a fractured drive shaft, which could result in the loss of motive power while driving, unintended vehicle movement when you're parked, and also just loss of control.
Yeah, that's the problem. That was the worst, I think. Loss of control, doing 80 miles an hour on the freeway.
That's scary. 27 reports so far of the fractured drive shaft, no accidents or injuries. I got to drive my brother-in-law's F-150 when I was in Atlanta recently. I love a big truck, and I cannot lie. It was great.
Sounds like a rap song.
It was a song. And I felt so cool. Like, I love big trucks. You give me that or a Silverado, oh my goodness.
Well, what else do you have in common with 10-year-old boys?
Did you just throw, excuse me, do not throw shade. On Christmas Eve, friend.
Shade.
That was so late.
That was
what else
shade
do you have
from
a common
Holiday
with a
Love.
6-year-old boy?
Do you like it when the garbage can comes down?
No, that I love when I see a fire truck. I get excited.
Power Ranger.
Oh, you let the fire truck go by. And the firefighters in their onesie. I know it's not a onesie. I know it's a fire jumper, whatever it's called. Anyway, move on.
Sure. Tesla. Oh, this is not a big surprise. Remember when Tesla said they were going to have this passenger play function that would allow people to play video games in the Tesla, even when the Tesla was being driven, even by playing games by the driver? They've now said, oh, no. We will lock that function when the vehicle is in motion.
Oh, thank you.
To head off a National Highway Safety Transport, whatever they're called, investigation that was announced. They said, we're going to investigate you, and then Tesla said, never mind, we're locking out when the car's moving.
Now, what to do is to put it in the first place, and honestly, and Monster Hut of all that, but didn't realize if you allow anybody to play the game while the car is driving, you think the driver might play games?
Well, we hear about dudes in their Teslas and pitching back with a beer ski.
Yeah. And the good news about Tesla, I think this is really advantageous, is all of these fixes they just upload the fixes to your car.
Yeah.
That's it. And this could be literally fixed in half a day. For every single Tesla out there that has that capability.
I like Teslas because they make it really easy to know which people in society I never want to have anything to do with.
Oh, I have some friends who drive Teslas out.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
Oh, what do you drive?
Mazda 3 Sport hatchback.
I don't like those Mazda people.
Fair enough.
Unless insincere.
Yeah.
Unless Mazda's a sponsor.
Oh, speaking of contrived and insincere.
Well, yeah. So rapper Travis Scott, he tried to, I guess, spread some holiday cheer in Houston. The issue is, this is the same city where, you know, people are still dealing with the deaths of 10 people who were killed in that crowd surge at his Astro World Music Festival last month. So he was there with his Cactus Jack Foundation, donating toys for about 2,000 kids across Houston, which is his hometown.
Yeah, now, the foundation was already in place.
Right, it was.
And how many toys does he normally give during the holidays?
I think this is on ground. Right. It's just now it's happening at a time where he's facing billions of lawsuits.
Yeah, so saying he gave 2,000 or 2,000 presents. What if he gave that many every year?
Yeah.
Sorry your mom got crushed. Here's a new Nintendo Switch. Oh, an Alabama court has ruled that ladies who break off that engagement, you better give back the ring if the guy wants it. This is what happened. A man proposed to his lady with a $32,000 engagement ring. Later, it didn't work out. She took the ring with her when she moved out, pawned it for a mere $10,000, and then he sued her saying, you've got to give me $32,000 back. And she said, you go to hell, dude. And then a lower court said, yeah, you go to hell, dude. But the upper court said, because it's this is the legal question, Bill, for you. Is an engagement ring an unconditional?
It's supposed to be a thing. How's that?
Easy. There. Oh, it was supposed to be upstairs. You went there. That's fine. But it's ours as well over here.
Treat yourself to a test drive in the 2011 Chevrolet Aveo. The 2011 Chevrolet Aveo presents outstanding fuel efficiency and flexibility with an audio system that boasts an auxiliary input jack and optional XM satellite radio to make the most of any drive.
It features a standard transmission, front-wheel drive, and
a
four-cylinder engine. The well-appointed cabin prioritizes storage and convenience. The split-folding rear seats coupled with the hatchback body style allow for a highly configurable interior. All of the premium features expected of a Chevrolet are offered, including a tachometer, variably intermittent wipers, adjustable headrests in all seating positions, remote keyless entry, and a split-folding rear seat. Storage solutions are integrated throughout the interior, demonstrating thoughtful attention to detail.
The 2011 Chevrolet Aveo, continuing to challenge both itself and others in the hatchback segment.
This is the baby. Baby. Ever a portrait, a track computer, all the everywhere, everywhere, easy. Yeah, cruise control. No. LG Hemi. This is the fish includes the LCA where I say
Integrated spoiler is a very good accurate for the doorjamb on stereo surface. Integrated spoiler is a very good visual spoiler. It acts as aggressive sound. Area surface. The integrated spoiler at the rear contributes to a spoiler and enhances the aggressive status. What's that? It's obvious. Huh? This is a I prefer to teach the airbox stereo surface. The integrated spoiler at the rear contributes to a spoiler and enhances the aggressive status. Low door fabric into the 2007 Hyundai Azera. Our sound design defines 2007 Hyundai Azera. Wonderful sacrifice. Hyundai perfects this airbox stereo surface. This is the sport size, beautiful bar hanger. Honda prefers this airbox to the surface. Camera innovations. Honda perfected this beautiful stereo surface. It integrates Hemi GTX Purple surface. Integrated blades. Fit. Responder dark. Enhancing to aggressive size. Think about the same. There's about animal.
The spacious and luxuriously appointed 2011 Azera delivers impressive power on regular unleaded gas and features an eco-indicator light to help enhance fuel efficiency. This four-door, five-passenger sedan offers the features and options for which you've been searching.
The Azera is powered by an enhanced V6 engine that includes technologies like continuous variable valve timing and a variable intake system.
Hyundai perfected each and every component on the exterior surface. An attractive stance is achieved thanks to the alloy wheels glistening within the fenders.
The spacious cabin provides ample passenger volume. Hyundai infused the interior with top-shelf amenities such as XM satellite radio, optional power tilt and slide glass sunroof, and power seats. Additional available features include an automatic dimming rear-view mirror, turn signal indicator mirrors, and others depending on your trim selection.
For drivers looking for the ultimate luxury options, Azera offers the limited trim with navigation package, which features a powerful 605-watt Logic 7 digital surround system. The electronic stability control technology helps improve safety by detecting and minimizing skids. Highway passing is made easier and safer with the one-touch Easy Lane Change Assist.
The 2011 Hyundai Azera. This is a superb vehicle at an affordable price.
The integrated spoiler is really going to boost towards more young and has to do exercise. Apples are. Animal. Good.
No, no. No, no. No.